And I was so frustrated with the lack of ability to perform and to be artistic that right before Flashdance came out, I became a break dancer. And I would make money by taking the hat off my head and stretching my arm and walking around the crowd and saying, essentially, did I perform well enough for you to give me $1? Thank you. There's so many anecdotes, there's so many stories that go back to my grandmother Carmen, who talked my mother out of having an abortion. Thank you, Grandma Carmen. I wish you could see this right now, Grandma Carmen. It was a good decision. It was a good decision. The people that I've been fortunate enough to work with, I guess have always looked past the exterior and the ambiguity that my existence represents. When I was in my mother's stomach, it was still illegal in parts of America for people of color and white people to procreate. And there was a bill passed called Loving versus Virginia that was passed while I was in my mother's womb that eradicated that old law. So I guess I was illegal in the womb, and then when I was born, America had come to their senses. The multifacial film I made was a short film, and it was out of desperation to be artistic. Everyone had known me just as a bouncer in New York because I wasn't able to get any work. I was getting off-Broadway work, but there was something too ambiguous about the way I looked that would prevent me from ever getting a star, that would prevent me from ever getting a Hollywood star. And I talk about that subject in the short film Multifacial. So there's something very surreal that my father could be here, who taught me everything about acting, who was a theater director in Brooklyn before I was born, and somehow believed that I had something special, even when Performing Arts didn't accept me for the actors program, and I've been acting for 7 years. I say that just to remind the world that sometimes setbacks and sometimes closed doors could fuel you in a way as opposed to defeat you. There's a great saying, you will face many defeats in life, but you yourself should never be defeated. Yes. And I guess I used that mantra even when I first came to Hollywood, and I was lucky enough to come across Stacy Boniello, my manager for so long, who was the first person to believe in me, who actually helped me get to Sundance, because I had a film that got accepted into Sundance, but I didn't have the money to finish the movie. And Stacy's company at the time said, if you let us manage you, we'll give you the finishing funds so that you could go to Sundance. If they didn't give me the finishing funds, I never would have been able to go to the dramatic competition in Sundance. I guess I'm talking too much because you're all here. I feel like this is such a monumental day and such a special occasion. And I mean, I was joking last night thinking, okay, I'm going to take that star and I'm going to double down and I'm going to get Hannibal the Conqueror. So take this star and give me Barca. Give me Barca where my father could still come to the premiere. The people that I've worked with have been a family to me. I've worked with many studios, but that true definition of family never came to me, never was really realized until I worked with Universal.
Yeah. All right.
The very name Universal speaks to the idea of multiculturalism. And the idea that they were willing to make Fast and Furious, the Fast and Furious saga, such a multicultural film, such a multicultural franchise, spoke volumes to me. They have been, these stars are so strange to receive because you're receiving it on behalf of every